Right. So, with that said, Charles has done his prayers to the corpse. Nothing of note, of course, happens. The glaive is still, the lance is still there. And what is your next step?
Do I recall anything about Shades retelling, like, past events and then vanishing?
Roll me a history check. This is gonna be high DC though. Oh no, you don't remember anything of the sort. It's not in the sense that you remember it. It's more of like you've never heard of it.
Mm-hmm, so that's pretty weird. Okay. Alright, Charles, you done? We should get out of here.
Yes.
Right. Although visually it doesn't seem so. This map over here has an opening.
Oh, okay.
So this is another place. And as Zolb is moving towards this side, you suddenly see your high elf friend come from this side. So, Mittens.
Witchback coin!
You are now together with the group again as you traversed your previous passage. You also notice that behind you, though, the vines close in again, blocking you from going back. So at this point, Zolb approached you, and as he said, "Where is Coin?" In other words, where is the wolf that has our items?
Well, so I roll with my eyes and be like, "Oh, him," and then I say, "I don't know."
He indeed doesn't know, and the little goblin goes not crazy, but he's not happy. Let's just say it like that. You see each other, yet you do not know each other. At least your characters don't know each other. At this point, it might be prudent to introduce yourself in a roleplay environment, Mittens. As you are still intent to find that wolf, it would probably be in the best interest to walk together.
Yes.
It's fine. Take your time. You don't have to go hard into like how actors do it. If you're
I
a
can
character,
also open it if you want. I can be like, "Hey, you're the guy that ran ahead when I backed out. What
Like, hey, I
happened to
strangled.
you?"
I fell over you, wasn't it?
No,
Yeah, you
We
fell
were
over
both at the gate thingy, and you ran past, and I decided not to.
Oh, okay. Yeah, you start, please. Thanks.
Yeah.
right.
So I just look at you, and I'm like, the gate that closed behind you. Did you get whatever you were looking for? Well, where did that wolf go?
The wolf had stamina beyond my expectations, and I couldn't catch it up. I couldn't catch up with it.
That's very well said. Indeed, the wolf. You recall and relate the information about the wolf to the rest of your companions of well, not really companions, the rest of the entourage there, and this also rings some noticeable bells in Sabine's mind, as this is not your normal run of the mill wolf. That said, what will you do now, Lilvain?
While seeing that the others also lost items through the wolf, suggest to team up.
All right, so he is suggesting to you all to work together for the same goal. Do you all accept?
Scuds will just look back at him and tell him, "Do as you want, but keep quiet and stay close."
All right. So, then let us continue. You may move your characters as you wish again. Just do it slowly.
As we go, I would like to say that we don't really know each other's names, so I introduce myself as Peter.
No, we
I'm
introduced
Jose.
each
Nice to
other.
meet you.
Yeah,
Oh,
but
you mean the?
no,
Oh, sorry.
Yeah. I once
Yeah.
again introduced myself as Charles.
Hmm.
I will say my name, but it sounds like a scoff to you guys.
Oh, that's awesome.
Don't mind him. He's a bit rough. His name is Skux.
We are Zope.
Oh boy.
All right. As you, no. Let's see. I bet you're high enough. Dolphane, although you're not the tallest of them all, you are pretty tall enough. And you notice, hanging from one of the branches of this very, very high tree, a little sack just dangling from there. But you can
Alright.
barely reach it, even though it's so high.
Throw the goblin.
Yeah, I was gonna say. Yeah.
Note that if you use Skux, it will pull him out of his stealth. It's also
And
considered
also
a
there
string.
will
Is
will also
Sultan
be a
stealth?
dagger in his neck.
Well, I've played
I-
armor, so that's fine.
I look at them and I'm like, do you want me to get it? I can jump.
I'll try to reach it with
Can
my.
I
You
have
barely not reach it.
I have telekinesis.
Can barely
I
not reach
pull
it.
it down?
What
I
is telekinesis?
I have a feat telekinetic, and I can
Can you link
shove
that?
with my mind. I'll send it.
I propose that one of the dwarfs can be in my neck to grab it.
I can jump up. I have wings. Then again, I would need to have explained the scenario wherein if we can fly here.
At least you could like jump a little higher. than
Yeah, that's
myself.
what I mean. Like, give myself a boost.
All right. Well, yeah, the telekinetic feat will work.
Nice. I will pull it down with my telekinesis then.
All
And
right. In normal
I
circumstances,
stare at
using.
you while you do that.
All right. So you snatch the pouch, and it goes closer, and you have it in your hands right now. It's actually on the heavy side, and it actually is larger than what you thought it was from a distance.
Okay, I give my torch to Sabine or Charles and open the bag.
You give me your
I'll
torch.
grab it.
An
I'll
interesting.
grab it.
Oh. Oh. Fine.
All right. As you open the bag, within it are 5 silver rings, and they are actually pretty heavy for silver rings, even though they are small. My apologies. 6 silver rings. 6.
How convenient.
Very convenient. I keep them all.
Can I look at them like, do your fancy magic stuff? Is there anything to them?
I'll cast Detect Magic.
All right. Then you may use a spell slot and cast Detect Magic. You feel.
Uh-oh.
You
Private
feel.
message. Oh no.
Actually, yeah, this is appropriately a private one, although. No, this is fine. You detect that the rings themselves, although very faint, have a tie to temporal magic.
Nice. Could I discern like what type of magic it is, or is that outside of spectrum of Arcana?
That's temporal's time, isn't it?
Yeah,
Yes. Other than knowing what school of magic, you'll have to be either knowledgeable of time magic. Considering your schooling, you are not. but you may try to roll an Arcana or History check and maybe deduce it.
Okay, guys, if you give me an hour, I can cast Identify to see what it is. For free.
You must be joking. An hour? We don't have minutes to spare here.
It's my. Screw you.
I quickly roll an history check on it. Oh.
I use Arcana to see.
You don't need an hour for identify. You only need 1 minute.
Yeah,
Oh,
I
you do
wanna-
have a
for-
minute.
I
As for
wanna
your
do it as a
Arcana-
ritual casting.
As your Arcana check combined with your Detect Magic, unfortunately, is not enough to discern anything else. As for Charles, even with the types of magic you have been trying to find, you, even in the school of time magic, you unfortunately cannot discern what exactly these silver rings could mean.
Alright.
But you now have a pouch of 6 silver rings.
I'll give everyone one,
Okay.
but I don't put it on and I'll just keep it in my pocket.
Yep,
Alright.
same here.
I cast identify on mine.
He has identified.
I have it as well, I just didn't want to waste my last spell slot.
Alright, then you can use Identify Magic.
And I'm inspecting mine for Arcana.
I think you will see.
Oh god,
much.
okay. Let's see. Object. You learn its properties and how to use them, whether it requires attunement and how many charge it have, is any. Spell affecting the item.
Oh wait, I can't use it because I don't have 100 GP.
No components below 1, below 4, but a pearl worth. Wow, okay, that's why it needs, even though it's a divination 1. If you can find an owl feather, I'll allow you to cast it. You don't need that 100 GP pearl.
Oh, feather.
Okay, I'll save that for when we find an owl feather then, I guess, and I'll just put it on.
Mm-hmm.
There wouldn't be conveniently
You
an
put it
owl in
on.
this cave, right?
Yeah, I put it on.
Oh boy.
You feel a strange pull towards this side as you put on the ring.
Well, like, slapped against the wall or sort of like a mental pull.
More of like when you're on like an attraction and you go downwards very fast and then left then right, like those gravitational pulls,
Okay.
sort of like, but only the feeling, not the physical happenings of it.
So I'm sort of drawn here, whether...
Sort of like, yeah, the feeling draws you towards this side.
And I take it there's no way over that or anything, you have to
No.
go around.
No, you have to find the pathward. You're basically in a labyrinth right now.
Okay. Forward, stealthy
yeah.
goblin.
What do you mean? Sorry. Okay. Is there anything interesting I can see on this tree here besides the pouch that we found?
No, not
Okay.
at this point.
All right, now. Slowly follow.
What? All my money? No.
That's
No.
that's Ellie, not you.
All right. At this point, still nothing of notice right now.
By the way, did I deduct anything from the ring without a Arcana check?
Excuse me.
Uh,
Let me take a look.
Completely forgot about it myself.
Did you roll?
Although
21.
it was seen as time magic through Detect Magic, you have a faint... What's the correct word? A faint understanding that the magic also correlates a little bit with your soul magic.
I'm glad I didn't put it on.
I will put it on.
You also
Excellent.
feel a pull, but yours is towards here.
And
So it seems like each ring goes to a different place or has interaction with something else.
I don't see any fissures in the wall or anything.
No.
Seeing
It
that,
is general direction pull.
so seeing that Skooks put his on, I won't put -1.
You feel yours towards here.
I'll do the same.
Yours is downwards, actually. But it's...
whatever. I'll do the same.
Actually, no, let me rephrase. For Dolvain and for Charles, you feel nothing.
Oh.
Wow.
Okay.
They're left out.
I'll keep it in my pocket.
I put it off again and I put it in my pocket.
Wait, who put on the rings and who didn't?
I have it on.
So so Zolp has it on, Skux has it on, Sabine has it on, and Peter didn't put it on?
Correct.
Okay, so who was first, Dolvain or Charles after that?
I don't know.
Alright, well then let's say Dolvain. Yours pulls... So if... That's over there. Yeah, but one was... No, you two still feel nothing. Yeah, that's the correct way to go. My apologies. Stop playing with the arrows! What the hell?
Continue.
Are you enjoying yourselves?
Yeah, I'm enjoying
Yes.
myself very much actually. Go on.
No, but seriously, are you guys enjoying yourself?
Yeah.
Oh yeah. Yeah, this
Okay.
is interesting as fuck.
I'm half expecting something to fall on my head here.
I'm
Well,
gonna
that's the
die
thing. It
first.
doesn't have to happen, does it? I did say that combat would be quite late.
I'm checking out both ways.
That's what she said.
So
After you,
are-
Mr. Goblin.
So again, left and right, you see those same types of trees that.
Old cursing goblin.
Or rabbit, rat.
I hate anything that can get me out of stealth.
Actually, considering there is a torch next to you, it should actually pull you out of stealth.
Which is why I looked at him with disdain earlier.
Normally it would pull
Filthy
you out of
humans.
stealth, but let's just say that instead of it doing bright light, you're now in dim light combined with the gloom of the forest, blah blah blah, whatever. But honestly, it's not something you have to think too much about.
I will just
Alright.
watch the other goblin
So-
keep on going down.
As Zolp goes left, the pull gets better. Sabine's pull goes more towards the right, and yours goes more towards the... Let me just do it in wind direction. So towards the west, Zolp gets more pulled. Sabine gets pulled more towards the northeast. You, Skux, get pulled more towards the southeast.
Now I'll go with my gut feeling then.
Bugger. I think I'm alone.
Well, if you want to go that way, then you are indeed alone. If you want to split, then you can split.
Go to Xolp. I will just follow him purely because, well, he's alone.
We thank the nice priest.
If something happens, I will tell you. Just do it slowly so we can correctly assume positions.
Why are we following the one with anger issues?
Good question.
He's swearing at you, still following him.
Yep. What could possibly go?
All right. So, literally, both of the groups can stop. let's start with Zolp. Zolp, as you approach a more bigger opening, you notice. Let me open my files over here. Right. Roll. Let's just say no, not Solp. It was Charles. So with your 15 perception, you notice that the ground over here is worked. So something was here. Maybe has digged. You're not sure, but it has happened. As for the other group, you're now presented with multiple routes. Your perception shows you multiple routes. Oh, do you wish a little minute to set it up again, Edge?
We can also take a break for a second because
Actually, that is a very good point. It's been a few hours. Let us. Oh, you're
yeah.
back. Yeah, but let's just take a 15-minute break. Let's just say 9:30 is good.
Okay.
Yeah,
Sure.
9:30.
All right. I'll see you guys soon.
See you.
Yo.
Cheers.
We're back then.
Yeah, I'm not sure what happened. My audio just died. But yeah, I'll be right back as well.
Right. Maybe a bad idea to split up, but
It's always a good idea to split up.
yeah,
What's the
true.
wrong?
True. It's not like in every scary movie there is people get killed by splitting up.
Be fine as long as it's not me.
Anyone else here? No?
No.
Okay. So, hear me out. We kill the elf. Tell them he had a terrible accident.
Hmm.
Hmm.
It's like watching it. People were.
We can take him.
You can tell that.
But I didn't think your character was that kind of character.
Well, I mean, if you say it's for the greater good, I will believe you.
The lady like did old teapots.
You know, one for all, a necessary crime for the greater good.
And that lady that
Good point. Good point.
they let her. Yeah. They didn't look
Oh, that's
like
fine.
he adored.
And I'm back.
I'll come back.
Go
What are
away.
you rolling?
We want to kill the high elf.
Mittens, they're against you.
He doesn't know that.
No. no.
I give him a little time. He'll open up.
I mean, personally, I couldn't care less about killing or not killing him, but then again, he has a soul. So,
Oh, we can even lure him into full security with this. I can be like, oh, mister, help this damsel.
That they might fear you, commoners will extend and do their utmost to help you. Yeah, but that
But
only
is he-
applies if they understand it as well. So if they haven't, then that won't work.
The guy with the whisk. He looks up ahead and then he goes.
Pain.
It's great. Yeah, me and man watched it.
What do you want, sir?
Well, we were a cave and you came to the shit. Ordered delivery boy. Yeah. Was it our shit? Started. So, what did we watch? Theater in the Dark. Yeah.
I wonder what Isaac has planned for us with these goddamn rings. We should put all rings on one of us and just kill them, just sacrifice them or something.
Not everything has to have a huge impact. Sometimes something as simple as a piece of paper can be used to point people in directions.
Mhm.
Other times, They are just there to be there, and if they're useless, then you can sell them. You never know.
What about this high elf here?
What is about him?
Can we sell him?
Wow.
He made a really unfortunate decision to come with me and Skooks, I feel.
Mittens, they have something against you, I think.
Hmm?
They have something against you. They want to sell you.
Oh, nice, great.
You know, selling one's body is not allowed. You know that, right?
What? What about body
Oh.
parts?
Run, Mittens, run!
No, I wouldn't.
Yeah,
Heh.
I've seen like clips.
tell that to someone that believes you.
No,
Yeah.
no. I'm a good girl unless you say it has to be done for the greater good because you're my hero. I at least believe that. You're not a hero, you're a fucking scam artist and butcher.
Hey, I'm not a scam artist, I'm a butcher.
Hmm.
A hero or villain, that's a matter of perspective.
Yeah.
Indeed. Hero to some, villains to others.
Yeah. See a full angel. Wait.
Uh-oh. Goddess typing. Aww.
Eh, Taking a win for sure.
Damn.
I wasn't sure.
Oh god, what are you gonna do? A huge noise?
Let me.
No, they were saying something about the earth being dug or something, so I want to shake the earth.
Ah,
Cough, cough, I'm back.
Welcome
okay.
back.
Ready
Is
check?
everybody back then? Slash ready check.
Yeah, boy!
All right.
I want rum.
What? We need Peter still.
I love the faces that they got.
Oh, there we go.
Fire.
To see where I'm going.
All right. Let us get back into the. Oh, come on. Okay, let's just make a few things clear that they don't dislike you, Mittens. They're just joking.
Yeah. That is absolutely the truth. In
Let's just
between sessions and doing free talk, we goof, but during session it's
Yeah,
different,
back,
of course.
It's like
Oh,
they're not trying to be mean.
My
They
character
are-
would not kill you unless there's a
I
contract on you.
didn't use a prank.
Ed could totally kill me, but that's something personal.
That's different, yes.
It's fine. Don't worry. If you do, Mittens will send you the darkest of memes. So, let us continue. I think I was noting that Charlotte, with his passive perception, saw that there is worked ground around the zone that you are right now in the opening. What will you do? Will you tell
I
it to the
will-
rest? The rest has
I
not
will-
seen it.
I will tap on Xolp's shoulder and like point towards the worked ground.
You
As in-
point, but just because you point doesn't mean that he understands the situation.
And I say like whispering, looks like someone's here.
Okay,
It's
you
you.
put Zolp on alert by saying someone's here.
The one with the anger issues.
We should go back.
You scare him.
Okay, is he gonna start screaming and make a lot of noise?
Tell us if you do.
Do we hear him?
With him pointing out the area where he says people are here, can I notice the earth?
Well, since you're asking now, then roll me a perception check. The thing is, Charles, you still haven't told him what you saw. You're just pointing.
I love it.
I can't find perception. Where's perception?
It's around its bottom side almost.
Can you roll up 1d20 if he falls into panic and starts screaming?
Okay, you see the worked ground as well. You turn around
Okay.
to the cleric, and you give that like that face, like for real, that for real face, you know, scaring him for like that for nothing.
I roll.
Like, in any case, you all notice the worked ground. Let's just say that Zolp has also told it to Peter. What will you do?
I cast the thaumaturgy on the ground to make it shake.
You can create one of the following magical effects. Harmless Tremors. Well, okay, you do Harmless Tremors, and that's it. You see the worked ground becoming a little bit flatter, but that's about it.
Okay, I send the priest forward. He noticed it.
As Xolp walks behind me, I step forward.
A mosquito!
Beach.
It's dead. Sorry. That guy.
I panic because I see a mosquito.
Sorry, I just saw it. I was like, "You're dead."
Action time.
Oh, like,
Action. Sorry. Continue.
I walk around the corner and like actually see nothing.
No, you don't.
No, I don't see anything.
Jumpy priest.
Yep. Oh well. As
Okay,
I
so
take the lead.
Let me rephrase what worked ground means. It means that somebody did something with the earth.
Yes.
So potentially something buried there, or something along the lines of that.
Maybe.
my brain would just go.
I don't have a shovel, so I'm just going to ignore it.
Oh, like in buried treasure sense. Okay. Yes.
Maybe.
On the top.
I don't have a shovel, so I guess I'll ignore it.
You three go back to where you originally were before you were moving. Mr. Impatient.
Oh, we were waiting for them? Okay.
Oh
Yeah.
waiting for them. Okay.
Okay.
Well, let's just say that you're still feeling the pull towards here, Zolp. Zolp.
Okay, so I just sort of
Towards.
follow it.
If that's what you want. It's not something that forces you to do anything.
I want the brightest spark in the shed.
Alright. Understandable. Isn't it like your character doesn't have like a minus in like intelligence?
He's got 7 intelligence.
Yeah, that's a -2, yeah.
Oh no. Is he
Good shot.
literate?
No.
Oh.
Alright.
Wait, and he makes inventions? That's great.
I love it.
I made a mistake somewhere.
They had
with
to start
the-
somewhere.
What was it like the trait in Fallout? What was it like? When you have no intelligence but luck? Idiot savant, or what was it?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Idiot savant.
Yeah.
Alright.
Oh,
So-
I can see his shit.
Oh.
Solp, you do feel your ring's pull in front of you. and you notice another shade.
Dum, dum,
This
dum.
shade, its limbs and its hair float almost like they're floating a little bit. You see it's also with its back towards you, just like the Dragonborn was before. And it's holding a staff. More precisely, just a normal long wooden stick staff. Considering your own class, you can already deduce without having to perceive anything that it is a monk. And for the rest, you'll need to be either closer or inspect better.
I'll just get closer. I don't think I can inspect very well.
As you go closer, and with Peter's light emission, the shade becomes more prominent. And let me take a look at something.
We're all dead.
F.
Roll initiative.
Do we hear the
No.
combat?
Not no. Let me take a look. I forgot the name of the language. Shit.
Please say common.
Is there anybody who knows Primordial
Nope.
Nope.
Jesus.
of
No.
you three?
Who would know Primordial?
Oh, let me check if I do.
Well, you're not there, so you can't even
No,
hear
just
it.
in curious. No.
I don't even know goblin for fuck's sake. I know common and dwarvish. And I do know
Wait, you're a goblin and you don't know that's impossible. Your race should allow you to give you just add it. Just add goblin. Let's see. Honestly, a goblin uses the dwarven script, but it's more of like a dialect of common. So
it's like
yeah.
Australian, basically.
Yeah. In any case, as you approach the figure, it is difficult to deduce its race because when you approach the closer with the torch, the same thing happens as with the Dragonborn, and it stops cowering, and it turns around without needing. And as it turns around, you see that its face is covered by a mask. The mask itself shows a sad feature with a single tear running from one side of the mask.
Oh.
And can somebody roll me an insight check?
I will do that.
I'll try as well.
I won't bother.
6.
Hey.
You do not. Without those insight checks, nothing will happen. And just as okay. Although you cannot see the facial features, the body language says it all. That the target in front of you is very fearful, just as with the Dragonborn. But unlike the Dragonborn, rather than seeing it being impaled in the air, you see it in a single swipe, maybe 3 ginormous gashes in its chest, as it's like being ragdolled towards the side of the wall, and its shade, just as its weapon, fall right into place with their physical counterparts. And you see that monk, just as with the just with the Dragonborn, its body being enveloped by the its skeletal body being enveloped by the by the vines, and his single, weapon. Although this time the weapon is also engulfed by the vines as well. You also feel a little snap, Xolp, and your pull is gone.
Okay, so whatever it was wanted me to see this, so I'll go up and poke stuff.
For the last game show.
What do you poke?
I just touch the ring against the body or the weapon, both, or...
Like, are you?
Nothing of immediate
Well, I would
happens.
say.
Although you do feel the ring not really pulsing, but it's like if it was a cord, it would tighten a little bit as you run over the remains of what was once, presume, a monk. But other than that, nothing of interest happens.
I'd like to scavenge through the corpse.
Scavenge? What do you want to scavenge?
Just see if it's got anything of value or anything that I may want to
alright.
react.
So you basically desecrate a dead body, alright?
Let's go.
Yeah.
Good job. As you rummage through it,
Do you know what?
you do manage to take out a small pouch with 5 gold.
Hey, double my gold.
Other than that, you don't see anything noteworthy. As this is happening, let's jump to the other group. A while ago, you rolled me a perception check, Skux, and I just noted that you saw a split-off road. What will you do?
I will do as I intended before I got pulled back by unknown forces.
God is
And I was
works in mysterious ways.
Yeah, I know. And that was to move down to check out the road, and then I suddenly see something up.
Yes. I keep mixing it up. In any case, so for Sabine, I think it was northeast that I said.
So this is for me, okay.
And for you, you feel the pull going towards this shade. Although from this distance you can see it, you don't have a light source on you.
We don't need a light source.
You don't. To see it.
Do I feel anything from it?
Not necessarily, but you do feel the pull.
So this pulls me there, right? This is northeast where you talk about.
Yeah, yeah.
Okay. I will go. Yeah, I'll go towards it.
All right.
And I'll stop here.
Unlike with the other shades, even though you approach it, it doesn't become more prominent, more visual. It just stays faded.
Alright, go closer.
Again, nothing is happening.
Nothing? Okay. Is there any of these funny roots here that I can make light with?
Correct. The tree on the right over there is the same type of tree.
Okay. I will...
I love you, Edge. That's perfect.
Well then, let me press it.
As you push harshly on the bark of the woods, the same situation happens, as if like veins of yellow strike out towards the entirety of the tree, and it illuminates. And in front of you, you see the shade become more physical? Question mark. It's actually a very strange creature that you haven't seen a lot of, but you remember it from your books. A turtle-like folk.
Oh.
And the what's it called again? Turtles, was it? Yes. And as you approach it, you also see it in a fearful position with its back towards you. As it turns around, without needing to do an insight check, you also see a fearful appearance. What happens to this shade is that it falls down on its back, and it's as if something is literally eating its arms and legs outside of its shell.
Nice.
Delicious.
You see it as if it's being eaten by an invisible source. Then the shade vanishes, and you see that the shade doesn't vanish. It like falls into place, and you see that what maybe you thought was a rock, but actually it's the shell of that
Our age.
turtle race character.
Mm-hmm.
And next to it, a old book that it was carrying.
First, I want to look at the book.
All right, roll me a
Just-
perception check.
Mm-hmm. Hold on. Oh, wait, no.
All right. You see that the book is old and faded, but note that the cover is sturdy enough to be picked up without probably damaging it.
What the fuck are they gonna do?
Okay. Can I see something on the cover, or is it just full dusty for now?
The book itself is, together with the light, is just a red cover. It's just like a brownish red soft red color.
Okay. Seeing that I'm into reading, I will
With
Take
like
the
actual blood splatters on it.
take the book.
All right.
I'm adding in quotation mark book, or how would we call this?
Let's just say a red covered book.
Red covered book. Does my ring still react to anything?
Your ring, just as happened with Xolp, you feel the little snap, and the pull is gone.
The shell. Do I have
The
any
shell is still
interest?
there.
Do I have any interest in that? Is this like a huge thing? Is this a small thing? Is there anything inside?
The shell itself is So first of all, your first question, the shell is almost as big as your body.
Okay, so we're talking
was a-
Ninja Turtle.
We're talking Ninja Turtle size. Well, you'll have to go and see.
Okay. I would like to peek inside.
You peek inside the shell, and you do see how the retracted, or at least what you try to do, the retracted limbs of the, or at least what left of it, the bones are inside the shell. You also see the skull of what once was that turtle.
So only bones, no possessions or anything.
Well,
Or do you want me to rattle
roll me
the
another
bones?
perception check for that.
Alright.
Decent enough. You manage to find not really something of super value, but you find a old ink set. The ink set is completely dried, and the pen, or at least the feather pen, is like withered with time. Using it once would probably snap it immediately.
Can I discern if this is an old feather?
I just said it's a withered feather. It's an old one. Oh, an owl feather.
Yeah.
Actually, a very good question.
I was all
Take a
like
look.
on the website. Sorry. It's
You don't have to if you don't want
No, I'm trying to look what kind of
to.
animal they use these
I'm
feathers
jumping through all the hoops to get it.
It's a raven feather.
Alright, cool. Okay. And with that, I will take this set carefully and put it away. Look at the corpse and say, may you find more luck in your next life.
All
and
right.
Walk away.
So, all right. At this point, the other group may try to catch up to this one if they wish to. You'll have to follow the normal road because you cannot go through walls with your icons, unless you want me to move you already.
Oh yeah, you can't. Amazing.
Yeah, if you just for references, Edge, there is another new option called Dynamic Lighting Zone. If you go up all the way to Pro, I think, and then you can draw. It's like another layer next to the object or GM layer, and if you draw lines in there, they interact. So you cannot let light go through, and there is another option that doesn't allow people to go through them. So it's kind of awesome that way. All right.
Can I try and take the weapon before we leave, by the way? Just to catch up with the other group.
All right, roll me a strength check. Sorry, yeah, flat strength check.
Rawr.
Yeah, let's take a look. All right, you try to pull the what did I say again? The staff, but it's old, it's withered, and as you try to pull it out, it snaps in two.
Well, bugger.
Ah.
Alright, okay.
Bugger.
Unfortunately, gaming.
Skux, as you go more in front, your pull pulls you downwards as well.
Do I see the shade?
You see the shade from this distance, but you don't
Okay.
have a light source.
Of course I don't. Well, I have conducted that after watching Sabine do her thing. Then I walk towards this tree and push it a little bit.
All right, and as just as with Sabine, the light. This one is a bit bigger, so it explodes a bit harsher. And in front of you, you see another direct. I missed a little part about the other one. Does anybody know what languages did he have? Take a look again.
Tortola.
Does anybody know? No, they don't have there. Does anybody have deep speech?
Blub, blub. No.
No.
All right. Well, then the question would again be Draconic, because in front of you, Skux, you see a Dragonborn.
Oh,
Again.
cut that dragon.
This one, though, it's clutching. It's a she, and she's clutching a bow and arrow in her hand, and you hear her also talking in Draconic.
I
Sorry.
can speak Draconic.
Oh, and now you say that. Oh yeah, but you weren't here with the first one.
No.
So, all right. As you approach Dolphine, you hear her say, let me see. Where is the text? It's basically a panicked. It's like, I don't want to die. I don't want to die. I'm so hungry. I can't eat anything. I'm so hungry. I'm gonna die. And she is, she's very afraid. They're gonna catch me, but if they don't, I'll just die of hunger. And she's basically, if she could go into a fetal position, she would. And just at that point, you turn around. She turns around, and she goes like, "Oh no, please!" And then you see her throat being ripped open, and she, just as with what would be her physical body, falls to the ground. Her bow and arrows are scattered behind her, and whatever the remains of her body are over there, where the shade falls perfectly into place.
I would like to grave rob or inspect the quote unquote grave and check out if there are anything of interest around it.
Other than just the body, you do notice a little vial to her belt.
Can I inspect that without touching it?
If you have a light source,
My eyes.
Your eyes. You cannot discern colors, unfortunately, with dark vision. So you cannot immediately see what kind of vial it is.
I can't even smell it from the outside.
Oh, never mind. Your tree is light vision. Never mind. You see that it has a green hue to it. From your experience as a rogue, you can discern that it might be poisonous of nature.
I guess I will take the flask.
All right. You may add a flask of poison into your inventory.
Goblin
Right.
with poison.
Oops.
I'm not drinking anything.
Goblin these nuts.
As I said earlier, as long as there's no contract on you. That was everything in the area.
I walk home once again and say my prayers to this poor lady.
Will you?
I like how. No, wait a minute, don't. The pause on that screen.
I don't believe you that there's nothing else here.
All right.
I found something.
That's not how it works.
Roten into existence.
Ah,
2 gold coins.
I found Excalibur.
No.
you did not. Oh god, you just find an extra empty vial on her belt.
Woohoo!
It is empty.
Yeah, we can
Fill it
piss in
with
it or
dirt.
something.
All
Gamer
right.
bottle.
Well, it was good that you were here, Dolvain. So finally I could let one of them at least get translated.
Speak all the languages, just not your weird stuff?
What? These were already predetermined. How about you?
So much for
You made
homebrew, huh?
True. Fuck, like 3/4 of this field is less now. Never mind. It happens.
Right, what's in the corner?
All right. Skux, can you tell me your passive perception?
Oh boy, here we go.
12.
12. It's good enough. From the ground, although weirdly enough, you see a half of a chest pop out of the ground. Kind of like they wanted to bury it, but stopped halfway.
Smells of a trap. I will inspect the room before proceeding then.
Right. Roll me a perception check. Wow, he almost nat 20'd again. What the fuck? So by closely inspecting, plus because Peter is right behind you with the torch, you do notice that there are skeletons around the chest, kind of like hugging it almost.
Can I pick up a stone and throw it at the chest?
Sure.
I will. Do I need to roll anything?
At that, actually, sure. Why not? Roll me a dexterity check, I guess, just to see how
Thank you.
precise you are.
Oh, never mind.
No. You find your mark. It does like, and then it bounces off, hits one of the skulls, and then falls on the ground. And that's it.
I will approach the chest.
And then suddenly, you approach the chest.
Well, shit.
Hey, DMs can have fun too.
Nothing happened.
Not necessarily. At the moment, the chest is. A second. There we go. The chest is halfway in the ground still. Probably these skeletons were trying to either dig it out or bury it in.
Do I see any digging tools?
Ooh,
You
good
do
question.
see a shovel next to one of the skeletons. There are 3 surrounding it, by the way.
And they're
One
all
who-
hugging the chest.
Can you what now?
They're all hugging the chest.
Well, 2 of them, and the third one is a bit more towards the left. Your left.
Okay.
What the hell?
Open it already.
Yeah, I'll take the shovel and
We will evade your server.
get it out of the ground.
Right. First of all, you get out of stealth because of that.
Oh, God damn it. Oops, I was wrong.
The skeletons will attack you anyway and see you.
Yeah, I know.
Right.
Don't worry.
So you don't need to do anything for a check. You open. Well, you get the chest out of the ground. At first inspection, it's not specifically locked.
But
So you open the chest, and within it, you see 3 things. You see a single necklace with a red stone in the middle. A single golden necklace with a red stone in the middle. You see a pair of gloves, a bit withered, but still there. And you see 2 potions. At least at first glance, they look like healing potions, but it's as if years and years have passed. And you assume that they might not work as good as they would before.
Oh, the alcoholic.
Have they
do they
fermented?
ferment?
They have fermented into alcohol. Let's do it. They do smell a bit alcoholic throughout the years.
No, do they smell alcohol or vinegar?
Alcohol.
Oh, okay.
Skux takes them.
Yeah, I'll take 2 flasks of
Healing
Oh.
alcohol potions, I suppose.
Love it.
healing al-
Let's just say drinking them gives you 1 point of HP. Drinking them both gives you 2, but you get the drunken status.
I love it.
Do remember to read the condition rework again from time to time, if need be.
And what about the gloves?
Well, they're gloves, at least at first glance.
Well, they
Or
are
are they
normal
missing?
gloves.
To you, maybe.
Ah,
Then get our sisters together.
take a look. That's not really a good roll to do anything with.
I will just pick them up and wave them to the others and ask, you see anything with these gloves? And anyone that
see.
wants to can roll? Yeah?
Zolp, as you see him flapping these gloves around, you stop your skittish nature and you instantly recognize these as a very peculiar type of gloves, seeing your profession. And you immediately note that they are heavily damaged, making what their original intent was nigh to impossible to use. But you think you could maybe fix that.
Does he know the purpose of them? So
He does.
Does he want them?
I'll put my name on them if no one else wants them.
I'll give them to the rat bed.
give it to him, but we want to know what it is. Tell us what these are, so. Or what their
What's-
intent is.
What's with the gloves? Answer me, rat bed.
No, they're writing in background.
They are gloves to help you acquire stuff.
Acquire stuff, so they're for stealing.
I would never say that.
Neither do I.
Can I check if he's lying?
Insight. And you do a deception check, Zolp.
I wanna insight as well. Jesus.
Don't
only
you
one.
lie to
I was
me.
looking at
Don't you lie to us.
100% note that he is lying. Suddenly, the more skittish nature comes up, and although you do deduce that he doesn't say the whole truth, but still did say the truth in a sense.
I mean, they're worthless for us.
I will just pick up the green flask I have and say, "You better fix them and not lie to us next time."
Yeah, the first time that Kate played.
Is that
we
alcoholic
did,
as well?
Some people may get a rush from it. Yeah.
Is it better than rat wine?
Way better than
Alright.
red wine.
Moving on.
Hold
So,
on. We were talking about 3 shuffles and he took 1, right? I want to take 1 if no one else takes 1.
If there are 3, then I also take 1.
Yeah, we're bringing these.
So
Yep.
the gloves, the ruined gloves, basically. Let's call them ruined gloves for now. Will be given to Zol. The 2 fermented health potions will go to Skux. Then there is only the golden necklace with red stone in the middle.
It could be magic, could just be money.
Got a decent investigator arcana person. Yeah, someone was.
Yeah, the person that just lied to us.
I mean, I can check it as well.
Yeah, I'd feel better if Peter checks it by now.
Alright. Although the Arcana roll is low, it is enough to note the following, that this is indeed an item that normally is of high value. Let me take a look. But just like with the gloves, throughout the years it has lost a lot, if not all, of its magical properties, rendering it just like rendering it like a normal amulet.
I always remember my first time ever played the Yiddish song.
So, you know what it was, and you think that with the correct steps, it could come back to how it was before.
So I was a survivor, and
Just as
everybody had opened the gates.
Do you want to tell us what this is, Peter?
Yeah. This intended faction was to make your health better.
Let me just, now that you just said it,
Their
I'll
physics.
just show
I choose to believe him.
I don't.
Although,
once.
the weather and tear on this has become too much, and it's basically just a pendant now. But it could be repaired.
Okay.
Yeah,
One
that's
second.
why sometimes when I open the gate, I
Where is it?
kick him.
Why is this bugging out again?
Uh-oh.
Oh no.
Hmm.
It's better than
By the
Yes.
side note, this is really great storytelling.
There's nothing here? We haven't even fought anything?
No, but it's great.
You're great.
Thank you. You too.
I want to stab Charlie.
I think
It's not enough.
Ah,
Never
there we
mind.
go. Now it works. Okay, so after explaining what it is and what it does, what you found is, oh, they changed the icon. That's weird. All right, I'll change the description. It's a golden amulet, but it doesn't have a red ruby in the middle. Instead, it has the icon of a sun collapsed with 2 hands below it. What you found is an amulet of health, or at least
Broken.
what's left of it.
Oh wait, are we talking about the amulet that I found in the chest?
Yes.
No. Oh, yeah.
Yes.
Oh, okay.
Constitution 19.
Wait, did anyone else take that? Because I've written it down in my.
Peter was inspecting it.
Oh,
Then I'd like to argue that whatever Zolp has are dexterity gloves.
I mean,
Well, Zolp
Sabine-
hasn't completely explained it to you,
I
so
know.
unless he tells it. At this moment, none of you. Actually, no. I'm so sorry. Skux, considering your situation, you also know what this is. Let me tell it to you.
The glove or
The
the...
gloves.
Okay. They're my dexterity gloves. They're gonna give me one more dexterity. No, we'll play it nice.
but we
but
can.
that's if they're in good condition, right?
If they are in good condition. Right now, they are useless.
But if I let's get some tools, I could potentially fix them.
You could fix them if you have the tools and the right items to fix them. Yeah.
Right items. Okay. Right.
Into future.
Yeah.
All right.
So.
So let me.
I would like to look at the group and be like, so when I found this and I pointed the book, the ring suddenly stopped dragging me around. Is anyone's ring still dragging them around?
Never put it on? No idea.
Mine didn't do anything from the beginning.
I noticed there was 4 shades and 4 pulls. So the rings must have went through the shades.
So the question to me is, do we keep these or do we return them to the shades?
Now that you say it, we could return to the shades, but then we have still 2 left.
I'll put mine on finally.
But one of the shades had already disappeared by the time we'd found the rings.
Fair point.
All right. So, for, if I'm not mistaken, I think I made a mistake somewhere about who gets pulled where.
Doesn't matter.
So to reiterate, the first pull would have been at the first Dragonborn, which would have probably been either Dolvain, Charles, or Peter. Considering that it was done, one will not longer feel the pull there, which is obvious. And the other 2, you do feel a pull as you put on the rings, but not here. More over there.
Done with this map. Right. Would they like us to tell that they have to go over there?
You just feel the pull. Doesn't mean you have to do it.
Do it.
Actually, did you tell the rest what the gloves are, Skux, or did you not?
Seeing Solb's reaction, I would just assumed he already knew what they were, but I still gave them to him because judging by his gear, I would imagine he could fix them better than me.
All right, then it stays like that. All right, what would you guys like to do now?
Find my coin.
Find your coin. All right.
Find my censored.
Okay. You can add that to your inventory then, Edge.
Mm-hmm.
For the purposes of understanding, the other 3 skeletons next to the chests had nothing, so you don't have to think that you missed out on something.
But if I roll intuition...
No. Also, there's no intuition here. That's Palace of the Dead. Right.
Fair enough.
Let's follow the fat boys. Okay. So, what kind of exit is it?
Scott,
lead-
you never entered stealth weight, by the way, if you were thinking about that.
Oh, yeah.
I assumed I have to roll once we change map, but anyways.
Does this lead us outside or further in, Isaac?
All right, so let me tell you. At this point, no specific map.
Mhm.
And we stop this. considering the stuff that happened there, it's gonna take a longer while.
I wanna tell
Don't
Charlie
have
he's a
this-
bitch.
All right.
Okay.
What?
No, I just told him he's a bitch.
Okay.
All right. You exit the zone.
Mhm.
You do feel less pressure. Both Dolvain and Charles feel the sorry, it was Peter and Charles, I think, feel the pull a bit more as they know Charles. Sure. Go back. Back to where you were supposed to be.
Oh wait, he's gone.
Hmm.
God
Wait,
damn it.
why did I move?
Every goddamn
sorry, Isaac.
What's happening?
there. So try
Oh.
to move now.
I'm in the
Anyway.
wall.
So as I was stating,
Aw.
you finally exit what you assume to be a labyrinth. You are relieved that there was no immediate or imminent danger, as you would have expected after seeing what happened to the shades. You all do leave with a little bit of extra after your little scavenging and looking around. You exit into a not supposedly a clearing, but less dense part of the forest. It opens up a little bit, and over on the side of where you are now, you see a cave opening, but quite big. And on the floor with a high enough perception rating, Charles, you see many different kinds of wolf footprints.
Okay.
What will you do?
I will do absolutely nothing.
You're not gonna tell me, so I
Nope.
can. Okay.
Nope. I appear oblivious to them.
I'm
All
not.
right.
I'm starting to distrust Charlie here.
Wait, you don't know that I know that.
Parked.
Well, here's the thing. I did say from a passive perception that he noticed it, but that doesn't mean that when you
Right.
as a character want to look around and do normal perception
I
stuff,
was
that's still possible. It just means that
Okay, Skug sees them.
okay, Skux does see that there are footprints clearly of wolves on the ground.
the
And
Cathar
of
and
course, they
Valkyrie.
all go towards that cave.
All right.
Can
I
I-
will.
Can I go over and check like how many footprints, how many wolves I assume it to be, or is it just like all over the place?
Or please roll me a survival check.
Nature? Okay.
Nature,
Yeah.
survival, both are fine. Um,
More than one.
there are many footprints that walk one over the other. With your current rating, it is hard to decipher which are unique to others. So no.
Yeah, I'll look at them and say a lot.
That's helpful.
You have a look then.
All right, fine. I need to find survival.
I just ignore everyone and walk towards the cave.
You walk towards the cave.
Yeah,
Alright.
while they're piss assing about.
Okay. So if that's the case, all right. So I'm going to change the scenery.
Oh.
I'm in trouble.
I'm in
danger.
danger.
You enter the cave. It is quite dark for the purposes of storyline and intent. I will work a bit differently for the lighting, so it'll be in parts, unregarding of your dark vision or not.
Do we add ourselves?
If you follow him, but you don't have to add him. I can add you in that sense.
I follow Xop.
I follow.
Everybody or just a few? Okay,
I
like I
can,
said, you didn't have to put your character in because they were already ready.
Yeah.
Oh.
Add myself, please.
Oh. Ah,
Oh, damn. I
I
killed the first
duplicated.
Charlie.
No!
There's two of them. Oh no.
Someone get the other one.
It's my brother.
I still have the stealth fire roll, right?
No, because you what's it called again?
I did a
You-
perception and then a stealth roll.
No. Oh, when did you do the self roll again?
Oh yeah. Yeah, I just saw that.
When I saw the footprints.
Ah, okay. Yeah, you are stealth on 22.
Yep.
Right. Where is it? One little second. Ah, shit. Doesn't work. Never mind. I'll fix it another time. There was a bit of music, but it'll be musicless for now then. I'm sorry. So you do enter the cave, and well, it stands to say that it is a big cave. You notice the lack of light to certain positions, but there are cracks in the ceiling that illuminate certain areas in front of you. Through the echo of the cave, even with a low passive perception rate, you do hear
No.
soft
You can
snorings
talk.
and soft
Never-
sounds of breathing.
Yeah, no, there's the thing on it.
So, what will you do?
Yeah.
Can I get rid of my torch and stealth?
1 second. There was another mosquito. All right. So, yes, you can. That's a 20. All right. You have stealth.
Do you want me to restealth?
You're still stealth. Actually, yes, you have to because you interacted with objects in the previous
Yep,
one.
that's true.
Wow. Okay. Sure.
I'm a Gloomstalker.
You're a gloomy gloomster. Dolphine, Charles, and Zolp, you are not stealthed. What will you do?
Do I
Well,
have to be?
Let me make a few things clear that maybe were not clear the last time in the previous D&D adventures that you had. You have to understand that the concept of stealth becomes harder the closer you get to a person. It's not just because you're right in front of them and you roll a 19 and they don't even have to roll. You are right in front of them. Whether you try to hide or stealth or not, they can see you.
wait, this isn't Skyrim?
This is not Skyrim. So blatantly standing in front of something, now being at a distance, trying to camouflage yourself with your environment, sneaking sidewise behind them, and yes, fine, because you muffle your sounds. But just saying I'm gonna stealth in front of them won't work. Just to be clear about that. So do take note of that. I'm going to already reveal the first part over here. And on the left side, you see a big wolf, a dire wolf more specifically, and two little wolves sleeping on the left side on a
Easy
pile
prey.
of bones.
Can I ask quietly if anyone recognizes that as the previous wolf?
Ah, that is a very good question. Make a history check to remember if you can actually remember.
Did he
that wolf.
ask the group or is he doing it himself?
He's whispering to you all. He said.
Oh boy.
22. Someone's brainy.
Right.
9.
With one glimpse I got of him.
Although Charles, with the little glimpse that he got of him, indeed, of it, does seem to note that these wolves are a bit of a lighter shade than the
Oh.
other one that you saw. The same family-ish. Actually, all these wolves, now that you take a close look, Charles, look very the same. Just the ones are bigger and the other ones are smaller. It's a bit strange.
Hmm.
As they are not the ones from beforehand, I
But
tried
this one
to go around
specific is
across.
not the same one, no.
No.
I want to stick to the right wall and try to bypass this.
You want to sneak past them?
Myself, yes. I don't know.
Then I would like for you to do a stealth check.
We're moving past
With
it.
advantage, considering they're sleeping. It gets
Shit, heavy
cancelled
armor.
out. No, so when you have advantage and disadvantage, it cancels each other out. You stealth with a 14. That's how it works.
Hmm.
Yes, the 14 is your first. Yeah, the 14 is always considered your first roll. So okay. You are stealth with 14. At least you're not stealth. You sneakily do an action. Okay. You're now stealthed. Let me do my check. Let me take
You can
down.
see their HP, by the way, in case you don't want that.
Are you fucking for real?
Yeah.
Yep.
Ugh.
And I'm pretty sure I can two-shot them. Or one-shot both of them.
That is. Let me take a look then.
If I hit the right numbers, I can one-shot Darwolf.
Mm-hmm. You, perchance, need to repair the gloves. Some dire wolf hide.
I think I can kill a few of them, yes.
So
Right.
we don't know if this is all.
All that we know
Isaac
is-
loved to do these things where he had one pack and then another pack comes in when I start playing my fucking instruments.
Yep. Or like
I wonder why
warriors.
they came.
Disadvantage. Oof. All right. All right, Sol. Unfortunately, as you move over here,
I'm
you
Oh.
Clink, clink,
tick on
clank.
on a bone, and it clashes with the wall and echoes towards the left. And the dire wolves, they wake up. At least the dire wolf wakes up, and it howls a little bit. The little wolves actually cower behind it, like they whimper and whatnot. And this one lunges at Zolp. It runs towards you.
Oh boy.
And well, except for Skux, Peter, and what were your rolls again?
Stealth?
Yeah, your stealth rolls.
22.
So Skux, yours was,
22.
and Peter.
20.
Okay, you're not seen. We're rolling initiative,
Okay.
except for those who are stealthed.
I want to take action.
1 second then.
Yeah, I know.
Is that too loud?
Nice. A 3.
Wait,
hang
which one is this?
Sorry, what?
This is Tales of something. No, it's Eternal Sonata.
It is. I love the game.
Good music.
It is one of my favorite ones. Anyways, it's a bit too loud, I think. There we go.
I didn't press my icon before I did it, so it's not put me in. Do you want to put me in manually or re-roll?
I'll put it in manually. It's fine.
I rolled a perfect 3, so hey.
Oh my god, Mitten's got a natural 20. That's cool. Just wait before you move, please, Gux.
Bad.
You will be able to, don't worry. Just wait a little bit. The hell? Why is this bugged? Okay, that's weird.
Gugs, fucking get back here.
1, 2, 3.
Scale the wall or something.
Alright, now the
I'm gonna take out the small ones.
The There it is.
No, actually, I wouldn't.
Direwolf rolled a 10. Let me. Oops. Descending. But the direwolf still did an initial attack, so it will
Fine.
first attack you. It will attack you with a bite and advantage because you didn't expect it to wake up. And it hit. Advantage, yes.
I always remember.
That is an 11. So does that hit?
I've got 18 armor.
Awesome. So the direwolf comes at you and tries to snap you, but your skittish nature instantly tells you, "Oh shit!" and you dive just in time. The two little ones stay behind, and now the stealth characters can do what they want.
I will ninja run.
Okay, you go first then.
I'll go with him.
All right.
And then, how does this work again? First a short sword attack, then sneak attack.
Yes. First, you see if you can hit.
Okay.
Okay, can I do it with him at the same time?
You can.
Okay.
There's not gonna be much left of this fight.
Let's see if I can hit my booming blade.
They're already in stealth, so it won't matter about the flanking advantage, will it?
Karen and booming
Flank
blade.
advantage means you attack with the. It's like you attack +1, or they have 1/-1 in AC.
Oh, yes.
So both with advantage, that means an 18 and a 19. That hits both of them.
Alright, that's sneak attack as well, and my dagger attack as well.
Can I read Booming Blade's
Just say he's dead.
It only shows if you've got it.
Booming blade.
I'm
They
gonna
must
pet
play
the
with
small ones.
Just click it in the text, Peter.
I did.
Oh, it didn't work. What the hell?
So,
You do Booming Blade 100%?
Yes.
Alright, you Booming Blade, but let's start with Skux first.
It's going to be
roll your
very
damage.
loud, but it is what it
Going
is.
to be very loud.
Uh-oh.
It's going to echo down the whole fucking cavern.
It is.
Yes.
okay, so just roll
You
the...
roll your normal your attack now, as
Yeah.
in your damage.
Yeah?
Oh, you already did sneak as a global modifier. All right.
Oh, okay. Oh,
That is. All right. Minus.
Ooh.
Minus.
never mind. The second
That's a miss. No matter, even with a flanking advantage. All right.
You wish, Charlie.
Skux, roll initiative. And the same for Peter.
Right.
Don't forget to target yourself.
Yeah, but I also get to do my damage now, right?
Yeah, yes, you can.
Alright, so that's damage from booming blade.
Can I also attack it?
No, it's not your turn yet. Well, it will be in a second. They are doing out of combat actions, and they are added, and then you can do yours. Sorry that it takes a bit.
If I remember correctly, that also dealt the damage of the weapon, right?
It deals damage of the weapon.
It's this. It's 8 damage from the weapon.
Right. It's exactly enough.
And
it-
also sneak attack.
Yeah, but it's dead.
I wanna
Um,
sneak
Okay.
attack.
Sure, sneak attack. Just watch them red ones going up.
2d6, right?
I do want to take my turn before more people
Yeah,
jump.
sure. But because he already did his stuff, the thunder does echo through the
GG.
cave complex. And just for added effect to see what is happening, I'll just reveal the zone, I suppose.
Right, how many more are coming?
50.
Let's go.
100.
I'm ready.
Here
I'm a
goes my
tank.
chance to
We're pulling.
pacify the fucking small ones.
We're pulling. It's a big pull.
If only you could pull like
And
this.
they will
without
all
fancy.
roll their individual initiative.
Oh my god, this is gonna take forever.
Whose idea was it to do Booming Blade?
I know, right?
It's
Such a
always
stupid idea.
Kareen. Every time it's Kareen.
But Kareen and Booming Blade, is there like no better combination?
I want you
I-
dead, and I want everyone to know about it.
I don't know how you do it. It's become a meme at this point.
I'm special.
Oh
You're
well, at least
special.
I didn't kill it.
In any
this time.
case, I know you want to do your stealth thing, but can I first hear what Dolvain wants to do?
Yep.
Take the small ones?
You want to run to the small ones. Now, do you know how combat movement works?
No.
Okay, so on your character sheet, you have something called speed, right top side.
Yeah.
Well, for you it's not 30, it's it's 9. So that means 9 hexes you can only move during combat on each of your turns. Exactly. And then
Alright,
you can
cool.
do an action, a bonus action, and until it is your turn again, you can also do a reaction. So those 3 things are important, but we'll see as they go. So you see the wolves are like the small ones are just cowering backwards. They don't even want to like look at you. They're just
Yeah.
like hugging each other.
Shit, I didn't mean to press that. Sorry.
You want to destroy them.
Yeah, it's gotta go.
Jesus.
Well, they're just small little wolves
Yeah,
without
that's
any
what it is.
I wanted to pacify them.
AC,
you
and you
can do
just
that?
run your one blade through that one little wolf.
Oh god, poor thing.
It whimpers at you
Oh.
pathetically as it dies.
It's not dead yet. He has to roll damage.
Hey, how do you roll damage?
Roll
Sorry.
damage. You do hit. It doesn't do anything. So you now click on longsword one-handed between parentheses below the 14 and the 10. Just click on that in the chat.
Nope.
You deal 7/ damage. Because they're puppies, they just it's like you do a crit. It dies.
Oh no!
And
Poor
that's
puppy.
your turn. As you just run your sword straight through.
Oh, that's fine.
Those animals have souls.
Ah.
All right. The
No.
see.
Me.
yeah, you do your thing.
Yeah, like come
Trying
in.
to see which one it is now.
Come
I wanna pacify it.
Well, it definitely is pacified.
Well, I didn't know you could do that, man.
No, the other one, it's not
Oh, yeah,
dead
it's
yet.
also it's literally cowering on its own and whining next to its dead probably brother.
Or sister.
Fucking hell, you guys. Okay.
It's like doing a Lion King thing where it's like pushing its snout to its brother.
Oh my fucking god. Can we not kill the small ones? I'm a fucking ranger.
Well, you can do your turn then.
First I want to scream at Dolva. I'm like, just leave the small ones.
Screaming at Dolvin
Bro, I
will
did-
get
I
you out of
didn't know-
stealth, and you'll have to roll initiative.
That's
Oh, yeah,
fine.
that's
I'll do
anyway.
it.
Alright, you scream at him, profanities, get out of stealth, and you can roll initiative.
Yeah, it's
Well,
fine.
you should have told that to me before I struck it down.
True, should have.
Beautiful.
Did that work?
Yes, you are in it. I'll put you
That
right
was-
there.
Wolf has got
I
the-
will remove my icon.
Man.
Perfect. Alright. So let me see again, dire wolves. They have that's actually a lot. Okay.
She
We are.
It's 20. 6 minutes.
But on a different side, how many EXP for the small ones?
A gamer at heart.
I need to evaluate if I want to save them.
Jesus fuck, dude.
No, continue.
0 because I
Continue.
work with milestones.
Yeah, continue.
Did they give milestones then? I don't know how to work.
Yeah, Sol.
They give
it's your
meat.
turn. Are you also going to murder children now or not?
Yes. No, I'm going to walk backwards.
Good.
I'll just sit here.
Yeah, smart. That's
Alright,
very
is that
smart.
your turn?
That's my turn.
I'm
Alright.
gonna like stand right next to you.
Sabine.
Hold on. Okay, that one's already there. Then this, then this, then this. Okay. Hold on. So, I want to use movement first.
It's your first turn, so you have those extra
I
thingamajigs.
do indeed. Should I try to reason with them? Then again, you killed 2 of them already.
One of them was a puppy.
I raised them all from sleep with a big thunder.
Oh.
My character has intelligence of 18, by the way.
It's like
part
my
of me wants
barbarian.
to attempt animal handling.
From a distance. Alright. Just move where you want to do, and then you can do your action with an animal handling.
Yeah, but that puts me very close to the range. And we did kill them already.
Just to go.
Okay, fuck it. Like, they'll have to go, I suppose. This is my. I'll shoot the dire wolf. I have 2 shots.
Alright.
Kill all the mummies.
You have 2 shots from.
I am a Gloomstalker. My first round in combat, I have 2 attacks.
Alright.
I can roll it. Hold on. Wait, where is it?
You can roll both of them.
Good ambush. Right. Yoink. Yoink.
Okay, that hits. That hits.
Damn.
That's minus 24. As your 2 arrows zoop, zoop, go right in the side of the wolf, and it's still standing, but let's just say it's not happy. And the other little wolves just go behind, trying to go behind the
Oh my god.
and they're like whimpering together.
Didn't want to do this. And my turn.
In sadness. Peter, what other shenanigans are you gonna pull out of your pants?
Obviously, Blade Song.
I
This is
have a
your
You
plan.
know what? Fuck that. Just do your thing. I'm not gonna read that all.
My AC is now +4, which is, I think, 21? If I'm correct? Yeah, 21. My walking speed is 40 feet, which is how much? Meters? 11?
Yes.
Tell-
Oh,
12.
Okay, that's a bonus action.
That is a bonus action.
That's a bonus action.
And
Yes.
how often can you use it? Is it constant? Oh, a long
It
rest.
will- with
Okay.
proficiency
It's for
bonus.
it's for 1 minute, and I can use it 3 times a day for now.
Yeah. Do you
Um,
have like a thing in your inventory to see how many times you can use it?
Yep. How do I get rid of that? Okay. I'll go here,
Okay.
and at the range, I'll use Firebolt. At the Big Mama.
Oh,
I made.
That misses.
Nice. And on my turn.
All right. Oh yeah. What I was gonna say. When here are the initiative rules changes. It's just one change. When multiple people have the exact same initiative, the turns happen at the same time. If they're allies. So these 2 dire wolves are gonna do their turns at the same time.
Wait, well, that one can't reach. Damn, do they have 13?
They have 13.
Oh, perfect.
Let me take a look again. Where was it?
Let's go. Pack tactics.
Can't hit me for shit, I'm too good.
It's one more below. Pack tactics.
Sure, go ahead. I wanna see you try.
I hope they both crit.
If they crit, they always hit. Let's
They
see.
crit, I'm dead.
A risk
Let
I'm
me
willing to
first
take.
just show you what pack tactics is. So we're gonna do that.
Please crit me as always. I wanna see it.
It's a advantage. That's a 22.
I use shield, so my AC is 26.
All right. Okay. That's
Oh,
so. In this
poor boy.
situation, Mittens, he used his reaction to use a spell.
Mhm.
Some spells allow for reactions or abilities, so just so you know. The other one will now roll as well. Please be a nat 20.
Not gonna happen.
That's a 15.
Yeah,
so
I
that
missed.
misses. All right, Skux, it is your turn.
Evasion tank.
Oh, right. Yeah. Question:
Yes.
does animals have souls?
Is that a?
Oh,
Oh
what?
boy, the poor animals.
Does the animal have souls?
If I'm not mistaken, you have to be. You're not at that level yet where you can make more pendants. If I'm not mistaken, I think it's level 9 where you need to do it. Take a look again. For now, you have an ability that allows you to use. It's called Wail from the Grave or something. Where when you
Whispers of
use-
the dead and wails of the grave. Yeah.
Yeah. I think Wails of the Grave says that when you do sneak attack, you can make it so that your sneak attack does extra damage to another target, or something like that.
You're warned, Charlie. Don't do it.
Look at where I'm pointing. I'm a cleric, remember? Maybe
Immediately
resurrect
after
the-
doing a sneak attack, you can target a second creature. Oh, within 30 feet even. Fuck that. Roll half the number of sneak dice for your level, and the second creature takes necrotic damage. Yeah. So there you go.
Alright. That was a sneak attack. Okay. Well, I'll run up to the thingamajig here and.
All right. You can stand here as well to do it.
Where?
For here or here. It doesn't have to be like exactly that one,
Oh, okay.
because
Oh.
they're considered big enough.
Then I will first take my hit with the short sword.
All right. That hits.
And
That is 9 damage.
then a dagger.
That's another 9 damage. It's dead. That was both your action and your bonus action.
Yep, I'm done.
Alright. Charles, what will you do?
I want to run over to the little wall, but I have one movement too little, so I'm not gonna do that.
You heard that, Wolf.
I'm a cleric. I have a lovely skill called this.
This.
Just.
I'll diss you.
Okay.
Just go on. But
For now, I'll just move over to here and do nothing.
Alright. Then we go over to Dolphine. What is your next
How do you do
action?
the arrows again? Sorry.
So you can move 9
Yeah, but how do you do the arrows again?
Ah,
The
there
ruler,
is a
left.
there is a little below the hourglass icon. Zo'n klein meetlatje.
klein beetje klatschen.
Hey, back, jong.
Ja.
Jawohl.
Okay.
Just so you know, in D&D you also have other abilities in combat that everybody shares. One of them is called Dash, except if you're a rogue, because then you can do it as a bonus action. Fuck you. And
Yes, we can.
and you if you use Dash as your action, like a normal person and a normal class, then you double your movement speed. This is handy for if, for example, you know you won't be able to attack them anyways, but you still want to be in range. So
Okay.
you can do that if you wish to. Then you double basically your movement speed,
Yeah,
but you
yeah,
cannot
no.
attack.
That's fair.
All right. Well, you can do it still now.
That's all.
That's okay.
All right. And we go to the other wolf, who is going to. It can just move over. It's dead, whatever's body, and it's going to try and bite Skux.
Oh boy.
Normally,
Oh boy.
no pack tactics, because it's not around you. Normal. That's a 15.
Oh, thank God, it missed.
It misses. All right.
Yeah.
Zolp. Yes, the path you took, it fits. It can happen.
Fuck off, ruler. I'm gonna go up here and I'm going to flurry of blows this wolfy boy.
You're gonna flurry blow. Okay.
Just a normal attack and then a second normal attack as a. Oh, where is the damn thing? Flurry of blows. So I take the attack action. I'm unarmed.
Basically, I always think about choosing.
That
Oh, he's a
hits.
monk.
I feel like they're
Hey, cool.
All
Oh.
right. That's 5 damage.
So I can spend one key point to get 2 more attacks.
Oh, that's possible indeed. Yes.
Just making sure I'm reading it right because I've not played monk before.
Yes. So now you use this. So okay. So here's the thing. You can either do an attack by normally, and then spend a key point to make your bonus actions do 2 attacks, or you don't spend a key point and you can still use your bonus action for another unarmed strike.
Okay, well I'll use my key point to do 2 more.
All right. Roll me 2 more. That hits. And that's a crit. Okay, so that's not a lot of damage, but okay, that's 3, 6, 7.
Yeah, I have absolutely no dexterity, so.
Uh-huh.
And because of my class,
Jesus.
Okay.
Oh.
I'm running away.
All right. 10 feet is 3. That's 1, 2. You can still move 1 if you wish to.
No, that's fine. They won't be able to get past
Alright.
Peter or anyone.
All right. It's Sabine's turn.
All right. Seeing that you guys already have everything covered over there, I'm going
Going for
over
it now.
here. I will basically sit down next to the little puppy.
Who's traumatized?
It's growling at you.
That is fine. I'm gonna use animal handlings and hand it a little bit of my ration.
Roll me animal handling.
Ow.
It bites your hand. Lose 1
Oh,
HP.
shit. God damn it. Do I take damage?
You take 1 HP in damage.
Shit.
You got what you deserved.
I'll still stay next to it.
As it looks to you very angrily, afraid, mostly that.
I'll stay next to it.
All right. It doesn't move. It's just cowering.
Yeah.
Yep, I would too. If I was sitting right next
Peter.
to me.
What shenanigans are you gonna do now?
Aha!
Moving blade.
No, you're wrong. I'm going to use my bonus action to do insightful fighting on this direwolf. So I can use my sneak attack on it even if I'm alone here. But I have to beat its deception check
It's deception check. All right.
with
then,
my insight.
You're just like Kid 2.0.
Deception is that plus its charisma modifier, right? Okay.
Mm-hmm. Do you beat 22?
With a 7? No.
Okay, I get my sneak attack damage. Then, I would like to
I will
use...
mark it with this little skull thing.
Okay, I would like to use Green Flame Blade.
It's another blade. You brandish weapon. Oh yeah, I remember that one from the other game. Yeah, sure.
Yep. I first need to hit, though. Does 17 hit?
Yes.
Great. That's sneak attack damage with the dagger. That's 16. And I get how much bonus damage? 1d8 and then 1d8 to the other. Okay.
On the hit, target normal attack, and you can cause free. Yeah, but the jump happens. Are you level 5?
Yep.
Yeah. Okay. Then it. Yes. All right.
So this is the extra damage. So this wolf takes
24.
Well, I mean,
22,
your
no?
cat shouldn't be
Sorry,
dead.
22. Yeah. 16. Yeah, 22. And
Right.
the other one takes.
It's 12. Because it's plus my spellcasting ability modifier.
Yes, 12 then.
I am
That's the end of my turn.
Oops, not it becoming 12. God damn it. Alright.
And if
Direwolf times. They will.
also, if you use a certain word,
Let's just say they both try to bite Peter again.
Yeah.
let's say each.
With advantage. This one hits with a 24.
That hits.
Take 13 piercing damage and roll me a strength saving throw to see if you're knocked prone or not.
Alright. I have 0.
How?
How is that?
are the only one who keeps getting these things. What the hell? You're prone on the ground. The other dire wolf will hit you now.
I wanna see him try. I still have 21 AC.
Even while prone?
Mm-hmm.
He's prone.
Damn.
This one hits with a 20.
He doesn't.
He doesn't. Even though, let's just say because they attack at the same time, because the first one hits you, you fall on the ground just as the other one is going to snap at your neck. But you fall on the ground. So
Okay.
that's what happens. Skux, it's your turn.
I will do what I can to save my own skin. And stab the dire wolf. Never mind.
You miss. You don't have advantage, so. And then you have. Why? What is happening? What? What is happening? What is this? What? I give up. Fine. Okay. 10
Yeah.
damage.
We are empowered by the music.
It seems. It's good music though. You gotta admit.
Oh, hell yes.
Yeah. It doesn't get boring, even though it's like quite.
What'd you say?
It doesn't get boring.
Oh, you should play the game. It's such a cool game.
What game
It
is
doesn't make sense story-wise, but it's a cool
No,
game.
it's plot hole written like crazy.
Yeah.
I'm done.
But the animations are awesome, and I like the combat system.
What's the name called? I mean, game
Eternal Sonata. It also has one of my favorite composers.
Yeah.
Alright, are you gonna do sneak attack with that? Or. Oh no, wait, you're not. Never mind, Peter is the one who's. Okay. Okay.
Can I?
Charles.
Is the question.
No, you
You
can't.
have no one
Okay.
next to you, you little shit.
I'm gonna move over here and I'm gonna
If you were
use.
here or here, then it would have probably worked, because then Peter is next to you, but now you can't. Also, he's incapacitated right now.
Oh, that's true.
I'm gonna use spare the dying on the little puppy.
Alright, I want you to roll me a d20.
D20.
With advantage, and we will add your
Holy shit, you have a re-raise on cantrip?
Yup.
What kind of cleric are you?
By the way, they are stable, not fighting conditions. Just gonna
Yeah,
state
so
that.
they are still at 0 HP, but they just don't fight for their life to die.
Can I have a look at him while he does this? Because he's using necromancy as a cleric.
That's... First of all, I don't know if you have understanding, but roll me a d20 and add your wisdom modifier to it at advantage.
Shit.
Okay.
So just roll your wisdom. Click on your wisdom stat. Twice.
There we go.
Oh, he already does it with advantage. Holy fuck, you fail. I'm adding a death saving throw to this one. Alright, so the wolf is getting worse.
Does it say it can fail? It doesn't say so.
No, it
In
doesn't
this
say-
situation, it is.
Okay, no, I'll try again later then.
So
Is
Isaac's
it just a
cheating us.
cantrip?
Isaac knows what he's doing. Dolvain, what will you do?
I'm attacking the lower wolf.
Alright, go and hit. You, perfect. That hits.
What do I gotta hit a second again?
So you click on the longsword, and then, like the name below the 15, and then it'll do its damage.
You ready?
Oh yeah, right.
Right, that's 7 damage. But do you wish to add your smite to that or not?
Sure.
Schmite.
Alright, you then need to choose what kind of spell slot and roll your smite damage.
Oh, he's right.
No, that's something else.
Oh,
What I'm trying to talk about is your... So paladins get something called... Where is it?
Divine Smite, that one?
Divine Smite. Yeah, that's the one.
Okay.
It's the
Unlimited.
2/8 radiant damage. So once you click on this... Alright, so it's 7, but let's just do it like this. See, you do an extra 5 radiant damage, right? Because I clicked it
Yeah.
for you. And then you... Oh, you also have dueling style. You forgot to put that on. Okay, so let's do this again. Just let me take a look at your spells. And we needed to do some more stuff here. Wisdom is 0, which means you can only have one spell. Okay, let's just say it's this one. You can now try again to roll an attack to hit.
Wait, which one then?
So you click on longsword one-handed again. Alright, then you click on longsword one-handed between the parentheses below it.
Okay.
So what happens is your dueling style and your radiant smite are added to that, and now you deal 17 damage and you destroy
Oh.
it.
Alright, cool.
You killed it.
Cool.
As you raise up your sword and you slash it right on the head of the wolf, like trying to do like a sidewise slash, and at the same time radiant energy explodes from your sword, you know, plowing its entire face into the ground, and as it dies with a whine, as just like on the
Oh.
floor.
Satisfying, let's go.
Savage. Right, Zolp.
Since it's got 3 HP, I'm just gonna run up and punch it in the face, I think.
You want to punch it in the face? All right.
Yes, please.
Okay.
Well, let's just say it dies.
Well,
Barely.
But he still has like 2 or 3 more attacks, so it dies. Um.
And you've given up.
All right, and
one
with
small
that,
big boy up there.
combat ends.
What about the big wolf in the north?
It's got.
Oh,
level.
there's maybe a reason.
Alright. Alright, fine. Okay.
So, while we're looking at that, Charlotte, you still have a literal dying puppy who is at 2 failed death saving throws. A third one and it dies.
Okay, I will try again. At the dying.
Right, roll me d20. Just your wisdom modifier again.
Let's go.
Well, that's a nat 20. All right. So you heal it. Well, you spare it. It's on 0 HP, but it's no longer dying. In a
And
sense.
I will walk to all the direwolves and try the same thing. Is that allowed?
Ooh.
You could try it, yeah.
Oh,
Apart from that one that's got -8 HP.
Basically, don't look at the minuses. Just try it. Same thing. All right, that saves it.
I'm not sure this is a great idea, but
It's probably not, but I will do it anyway.
I'll stand up.
You stand up while Charles is stepping on your body. But that one fails. This one is completely dead now. I'll even remove its body.
fine.
These are two on top of each other. So
Oh,
Wait, can anyone skin those bodies?
They're kind of alive now.
don't do it!
That's not what I asked. I asked, can anyone
Okay.
skin them, not whether
this
they're
one
alive or not.
saved. Still unconscious, but saved.
Thanks for the rate.
Okay.
This one dies.
Hello.
Does not.
Thank you.
This one is.
Hey Charles, do you have some healing that you could,
Oh,
administer?
Oh yeah, I have that.
Hello there. We're right in the middle of a homebrew campaign that a friend
They
of
bit
us
my
wrote.
ankle.
Thank you so much for the rate.
Healing words.
Right.
Oh god, I don't
Reduce
think my
your,
shout-out is set up.
Spell slot
Damn it.
by 1, and
But thank you so
may
much.
roll the healing word spell and see how much you heal them.
Right now, trying to reanimate the direwolves that we killed, and I'm not sure it's a good idea yet.
Oh, no, I found it. Sorry. Okay, cast it at level
But
1.
Natural Havoc, what were
7
you
healing.
playing?
He heals you for 7.
Noise.
That should be
Alright.
plenty for now.
Not
So,
terrible ideas. It is a terrible idea.
as you do that, you, out of the grace of your heart, have spared many of these dying wolves. Some, unfortunately, did not make it. Such is nature.
At least the purpose will survive.
The other ones are kind of okay-ish. You see this little wolf jumps to its mother and tries to nudge it, but he hears the up and downwards
Those are
going
the best ideas.
breathing of the wolf, and it goes like below its paw,
That's why I'm always
its
like
head, trying
chaotic
to
neutral usually.
cuddle close. And these two little wolves do the same to this one. They
God damn it.
kind of like not really looking at you right now. At the same time, I need to remind that
wild
Charles
magic
and Peter
is literally
feel the
wild.
pull of their rings.
Did you get
much
some
more
crazy
intense over here.
casts?
Where's here?
Somewhere over here, this way.
Alright.
Like this way, not exactly there, but this way.
No, okay.
Oh, thank you so much.
No, I won't take the lead.
I'll go ahead.
Thank you, really. Like, that means a lot to me.
Moving blade man.
Like, I'm always saying don't donate to me as a person, because I'm doing well
I
right
forgot
now.
this was okay.
But for animals, it's always good. I tried to save some of you
Alright.
boys, but they
Follow
kind of
behind you.
steamrolled.
As you just leave these other wolves behind.
Thank you so
do
much.
see in front. And Charles can immediately deduce that this is the wolf that was running away.
Alright, I tell that to everyone, that is the wolf that stole your shit. And eats
I charge it.
okay?
Yeah.
While you do that, you
I'm a tiefling ranger right now.
see Peter and Charles also not really charge, but like step closer, and they see behind two silhouettes.
Oh, it's the shades of
Dolvain,
grey.
you remember these silhouettes. These are the same silhouettes that you saw at the abandoned camp.
Have a good one.
And
Enjoy
this
your
is
night and
important
sleep.
for the setting to understand what is happening. You see the wolf with its back towards you, looking at the shades.
Oh, very good.
And instead of the wolf walking forwards, it's like a shade of itself goes towards those two shades.
Oh.
This elf and this dwarven shade. You see that both shades are they are being there because when I said that there are cracks in the ceiling for light, that this one is on top of these shades, showing exactly what is happening to them, and the wolf shade version, it grows and it grows and it grows, and these two shades right in front of you are being eviscerated. So just as this is happening while Zolp is running, he sees this happening and is like, "Oh shit, what is happening?" Huh? So you were over here, if I'm not mistaken, because you said you were running towards it. Like just over here, you see it all happening.
So I turn around and start running back.
As this happens, you the wolf turns around and the shades behind them disappear. At the same time, the pulls that Peter and Charles have snap away for their rings. On the ground over there, you also see like the shades dropping exactly where the bones are. You see the bow and the two little like rusted pistols or blunderbusses over there. And the middle wolf howls, and you see behind you all wolves, even the small ones, rise up and make huge jumps.
You had to save more, didn't you?
Yeah.
Well, such is life. I tried to give him a chance. But now we have to put big old puppers down.
Yep.
And
now
they
we
all
do.
jump together.
Oh shit.
Wait, are they gonna
What, they
do like a
become one?
full
They're doing
Power
a fusion
Rangers style?
dance.
Go
See
Power
that
Rangers!
the little puppies and the normal dire wolves, their little shades, the little shapes become a little bit more translucent, almost night skyish, with starry stripes on them and whatnot, all over their bodies as they co-align together.
Like some weird dog orgy or something.
Yeah, I knew you had to kill them. That's about it.
And indeed, maybe
Here comes
killing
the
them was
ultra
a
furry.
correct way. And from where
Oh
is
well.
So
I
they
just-
revive and they kill Zorb?
I should straight up slap Charles.
Oh, not again.
Oh no!
A guardian wolf
This
appears
is Dark
instead.
Souls, isn't it?
Yeah,
that's Dark Souls.
I believe
Dark Souls
that
This
Yeah.
wolf though looks very strange. And where is it? To show you. 1 second.
Yeah, I hope you can do that. I mean, in lore, the
Oh boy.
This is how the wolf actually looks like. It has a strange star marking on top of its head, and it's looking at you intently. It also looks very revigorated for some apparent reason.
I wonder
This,
how.
let's just say it won't be a. Let's just say I'm editing some numbers right now.
You motherfucker.
Not because of me. Look at your cleric.
Yeah, the cleric.
Don't worry, I have a poison flask with his name on.
Can I
But-
put a bag over his head?
I know you're all excited, but it's getting late,
Nah,
and
come
we're gonna
on.
stop the session here
You can't.
because some people need to probably
Well,
do
it's-
stuff tomorrow.
Howard is.
Goddamn
But I hope you're all
cliffhanger.
excited, just as I am,
The
for next
tease.
session.
I am worried. That above all else. Not for the wolf, but for my teammates.
Nah, we have
Just-
shields.
Just
Hey,
look
I'm
at the
right in front
little
of it.
goblin who is shitting his pants right now.
In
You see,
time,
like,
36 health.
and then the little like rat drops on the ground from his beard.
Anyway, just know that if we manage to kill it, I'm still gonna use that spell on him.
I
It
think
would have
this
been
is a
worse if
special
he actually
case.
got the other two dire wolves as well.
Well, yes, I guess.
It is what it is.
Charles,
what
I
it
hope
is.
you don't need your kidneys.
All right. I hope you're liking it until now.
Hmm.
We are about, let's say, 20% in on chapter 1. So that's good.
It was a blast. Especially me fumbling and then somehow.
So before you all leave, because just for the first 2 times, I could ask a little bit of immediate feedback on stuff that maybe you would have preferred differently, or stuff that you would think could have done better, especially in this new type of playing the game and whatnot.
I mean,
Yeah, herbal
nah, never mind. It was just my own mistakes.
No,
Well,
I
yeah.
enjoy.
If you ask and do it yourself,
You were a bit obvious, my dude.
with what?
Nothing.
With letting him heal everything.
Oh yeah.
It's why I also made him roll, because if he failed, then he failed.
Mhm.
And you get, but now you have a little bit. Let's just say hard mode.
Mhm. Can do I roll with disadvantage if I shoot him in the back now? Or is it because he's not looking at me, it's countered out?
Count it out.
Okay. I'll consider it for next time.
All right. All right. Since there is no other comments except for everybody looking very evilly at Charlotte, thank you for joining my first homebrew campaign.